Hey everybody, what's up? We are here with a timeless reading. We're starting off with the Two of Pentacles. Okay, so what's happening currently is that when it comes to matters of the heart, because we have Queen of Cups here, Two of Pentacles is sort of like doing the dance of balance. So with everything that you have on your plate emotionally, because we have the Queen of Cups here, it's about sort of like prioritizing and balancing. So it's like, I have a relationship with this person and I need to take care of them. And, well, take care of them. I mean more so like tend to it actually, but how very like Queen of Cups, very much the energy of the Queen of Cups. So it can be like, I have this relationship that's important to me that I want to tend to. And then also my relationship with my child that's important to me to tend to. And then like all of the other things that I care about, because we're talking about Queen of Cups. So it's like, what does Queen of Cups care about? Queen of Cups may be like, it's important for me to express myself through my art or through some sort of like craft or through my spiritual beliefs. It's like tending to all those things that are connected with matters of the heart for you and trying to find the balance within that. So it's like me time when I'm like meditating and grounding, and then like my relationships, and then like all of the different things that are on your plate that are connected to your heart. Five of Swords here can be you getting to a point where you may feel like maybe so much is being asked of you. Five of Swords can come up when we're like not necessarily like practicing boundaries, or when we get to a point where it's like, I'm recognizing that I haven't been like taking care of myself as best as I can or showing up for myself as best I can. So now I have to step into this energy, and you can look at it and be like, now I maybe need to be a little selfish with what I'm doing. However, if you're like properly prioritizing, you're not necessarily going to feel like this. I want to get further and see though, because Five of Swords, as much as the connotation can be sort of doing something and not really caring how other people are impacted by it, Five of Swords can also be, depending on the context, you needing to put yourself first, and so potentially maybe that wasn't happening and now you need to tend to yourself. This feels like more than anything tending to like your emotional well-being and the things that are tied and connected with that, and you putting yourself first for right now. And I'm seeing there be a focus on like progress and movement. Let me though get a little bit of context. I want to see what this Five of Swords is about. You can feel like you have a lot on your plate. Five of Swords can be like, I can't take anything else on right now. So even if you're calling me selfish, which may not actually be, even if somebody else is like judging you for that or calling you selfish, you can be like, this is just all I can do right now and I can't be taking that on. It can be like that sort of thing too. Because having Two of Coins and having this Queen of Cups, it means that you already have enough going on that you're like trying to figure out what's most important for you to tend to and do that whole thing. So to then take something else on when you're already feeling like there's a lot that you need to be like shifting around and tending to, it can just be like, it would be too overwhelming for me at that point and it would be dysfunctional. So I just like can't right now. Even though it may not be in your nature to do that. Some of you, you're like, no, I'll take it on. Of course I'll take it on, and like keep going and keep going. But at this point you may be like drawing the line and be like, no, I can't do that right now. Like I have to tend to this stuff. And I'm seeing like by you making that move, it's actually going to like help you progress much faster than if you continued to not do this and take on like more than you could be balancing on your plate. Yeah, Five of Swords feels like a new way of you doing things so you can be like more effective and more efficient. And make sure that you're tending to the things that matter to you to tend to. which means needing to be selective. So that's what it seems like is happening here. Because you also only have like so much emotional energy. When I say emotional energy, I just mean like you can only tend to so much. You can only like connect with so much in a given amount of time, you know? So this is about you like focusing on what you want and prioritizing that, and like the things that feel like joy and happiness and what you want to be doing and what's most important to you, like all of that. Being very deliberate with the way that you're utilizing your energy. Okay. I'm hearing masterclass. I'm seeing the King of Pentacles and I'm seeing the Hermit, which can mean that you could be, you could like take some time off from work. It can also mean too that you're spending time sort of like reflecting on your responsibilities as well. And if you hadn't been prioritizing what you need, then you may not have been taking this time to focus on like your responsibilities and how you feel you're meant to be showing up. So Hermit can be taking the time to be like, what is it important for me to be tending to, and actually taking the time to tend to your responsibilities and sort of reflecting on like what those are in the first place. And strength and the Hermit, when I see this combination, I always think that like there may be a lot of things that are calling to you that you tend to and that you feel like you need to show up for. Having Hermit and Strength, this combination can be like, it's very, very important for you to actually take a step back. But because Strength is here with the Hermit, it means that it's not easy for you to do that. Because you're like, what's everybody going to do without me? Like, I'm the only one that can do the job. I'm the only one that can show up. So it can be very, very hard to pull back. But this is actually needing to go into Hermit mode and spend time reflecting and to spend time pulling back. Instead, because going into the energy of the Hermit, that's about like getting your grounding and getting your bearings and like reminding yourself of what's important and pulling yourself back from like the hustle and bustle of everything that's going on and going around. Because when you're constantly moving, you're not really like processing. So this is about pulling back to process and center yourself and like remind yourself, focus on like what it is that's important. And having Strength here can say that you have a hard time doing that. When we have a lot of earth energy or we have a lot of placements in earth houses within our birth chart, it can be challenging for us to sit and reflect rather than do, because a lot of the times like our values and our worth and us feeling good about ourselves is tied to how productive we are and how effective we are and how much we're getting done and how much everybody appreciates us and how good of a job we do and that sort of thing. And so having like your worth be tied to that and being like, oh, it's so stressful, everybody depending on me, but I'm the only one that can do it. It's like that sort of thing, but taking the time to be like, I'm going to be able to show up better for the things if I can take this time that I need to actually pull back and sort of, yeah, I'm getting something about like regrounding or something like that. It's like recentering. It feels like touching base with self more than anything. Yeah, the reason why this is difficult is because some of you have to work with this voice that's like very judgmental, your like internal voice that's very judgmental when you're not being like productive. But this is actually helping your productivity anyway by you doing this. But I'm getting this is like you breaking sort of a mold that you're familiar and comfortable with when you're just being like a workhorse constantly and then neglecting other things. So this also feels too like you're putting something emotionally at the forefront for yourself while also tending to other things. But I'm getting just like your emotional well-being and matters of the heart really needing to be prioritized right now, even if you have to put certain things on the back burner. But I'm not seeing it be you totally taking all your roles and all your responsibilities and being like, forget all of that. It's about finding the balance between what you're doing out in the world and how you're showing up, and also balancing that with your internal emotional world, how you're feeling and what's important to you to connect to. So it's like your earth energy and your water energy that needs to be worked with. But for some of you, you like keep sort of like pushing down this part of you that like needs to feel connected emotionally. And so it's like you really need to take like a mental health day, but you're not taking off, and you keep like going to work every day, and you're just feeling things like dwindling for you at this point because of needing to sort of like rejuvenate your internal emotional world, even if it's not easy for you to do that, which it's not, because we have Strength card here, and it's specifically because it's tied to, I'm seeing Virgo and I'm seeing Leo. It's specifically tied to this part of you that feels like you can't take that time off. That you showing up and doing the stuff and being productive is like, only then will you be worthy, and only then will you be good, and only then are you doing what you're supposed to. It's like this whole thing. So I'm seeing that even like psychologically being addressed for you. For those of you that you don't perceive this as being your internal voice, you may perceive this as being people around you that have very particular expectations of you to show up, even when other things need to be prioritized within your life. So they're like, where's that paper? Where's this? Where's that? You're going to take a day off from work? And then all those feelings of, do they think that I'm lazy? Like, what are they thinking of? Like, all of that type of stuff. You know, it's all connected with the earth energy. And also too, like having 5 of Swords and having that be connected with strength, it's all about like this fear of judgment and criticism over like how you are being perceived and how you are expressing yourself. And being like, if I pull back, then it's gonna like give them something to say. But you really like need this time actually to pull back and to reflect and to connect with yourself. And then once you do that, I'm seeing it can feel like whatever progress you hadn't been making, because something could have been feeling like it was moving either very, very slowly, or you were sort of hitting a bit of a block. That once you go in and do this and you come back out, I'm seeing things then move very, very quickly. Like you make progress faster, like you feel more focused, you feel like you have more of a sense of direction. And that could have been something that you were feeling out of touch with before, is very much what this seems like. Not that you didn't have a sense of direction, but you could have felt like it wasn't super strong. But I'm seeing when you come out of hermit mode, you're going to feel like your sense of direction is very, very like uniform and strong. And you're like, it's this way, which is how you normally are, but you need this like little check-in to do it, to like get back connected with that. And then you're going to be moving forward. It's like you just need like a realignment is what I'm seeing. And then you're going to be back in business. Yeah, there could have been confusion about the direction. So this is about taking the time to figure out, it's like, out of all of these things, right? Like, where am I going? And what am I supposed to be focusing on? And what am I choosing? I'm getting you actually be like a little bit zoned out here. Like you could have been like going through the motions, but almost felt a little bit like nobody was home. Like, I don't know why, but for this King of Pentacles, you see like the person staring where they almost look like slightly dissociated. I don't usually get that with this card, but I'm seeing it a little bit here, where it's like a little bit dead in the eyes. Like you could have been doing things and been feeling like that. Like maybe you were showing up physically, but then like from a standpoint of like inspiration, you could have felt like you're like trying to find it and really not connected with it. Some of you had also been experiencing like a lot of anxiety about this as well. But this allows you to like close out that aspect of the cycle so things can continue moving and you can continue going forward. So this has to do with currently what you've been investing in, and it feels like further where you're going. Yeah, taking this time is definitely going to be very helpful for you. I'm seeing you're going to get sort of like the answers that you need. Some of you may be taking on some type of like spiritual or cup approach to this, which can mean that you're going to get connected with like what matters to you on an internal level, or do some type of check-in. Anything that would connect you with things that like extend beyond just materially what you're connecting with. So you can really like hear your heart and what it's speaking to you. All right, my friends, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting. Thank you for tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.